Yeah, I'm so excited. So the suggestion in our Patreon question of the week from Adam was, hey, what about each of you describes what a typical day in the life of the other person is, just based on your assumptions.
Oh God. Why did I agree to this? I already know I'm just going to get destroyed, but I did write up what I think a typical Luis day is like.
So
should I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I don't, why did I do this, Louis? Why? Like I thought that idea too. Let's do it. And then after I realized it, I'm like, I'm just gonna get destroyed. Anyway, here it is. Are you ready? This is a day in the life of Luis Scott Vargas. An alarm blares "Blank Space" by Taylor Swift at 7 a.m., waking Luis from his slumber. While thinking about what kind of burrito he wants for lunch, Luis settles on beans and a hard-boiled egg for breakfast. Before leaving his house, he checks his Twitter followers to see if he's gained his usual 1,000 overnight or if it's been a slow night. On the way to work, he listens to Tales from the Crypt reruns for pun research purposes. Upon arrival at work, Luis greets many of his good friends, including Raptor and Matt Nass, before settling into his workday. A reminder on his phone goes off during a work meeting to text Marshall a monkey picture taken at random. On lunch, at Chipotle, of course, he splits time between drafting too many 7-drops on Magic Online and setting up a game of werewolf for his coworkers where there is no werewolf. His accountant calls requesting an urgent call regarding why he's bought his friends so many meals over the last year. On the way home, he stops by a store to pick up his newly polished aviators and a fresh can of mustache wax. His phone chimes with another reminder to send Marshall yet another random monkey picture. This one also reminds him to send Paul Chion a text with just the word Paul in it. Luis eats a burrito with a side of French toast for dinner. He fires up the stream, and where he drafts an expensive clunky deck before retreating to the comfort of his lantern control deck. As evening exercise, he hits a basketball court where he hits exactly 80% of his elbow jump shots and nothing else. He cracks a Battle for Zendikar booster draft at random, opening an expedition Sunken Hollow. He sends a text of the pack to Marshall, lamenting his bad luck at not getting the Scalding Tarn he wanted. Luis falls asleep, watching his Oblivion Ring video on repeat.
that was pure poetry.
I'm assuming that's what an average day looks like for you.
You also wrote that before I described my average day, which had some striking similarities.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say I nailed a couple there.
You did. On the other hand, I've got a day in the life of Marshall, and I think this one's a good one.
All right.
It's a day in the life of Marshall, as guessed by LSV. So it's a Wednesday. And the reason it's a Wednesday is because Marshall flew in on Monday. He was at a Grand Prix. He's going to fly out on Thursday. He's got another Grand Prix. So definitely has to be a Wednesday. Marshall wakes up at the crack of noon. He was up until about 4 a.m. streaming.
Yeah.
He eats a power breakfast. It consists of a banana and a banana smoothie. Now he's feeling pretty good. He's in fighting shape. He gets in his BMW. He drives to a pickup basketball game. He plays well because he's very, very tall. Marshall then records a podcast, some kind of resource, not clear which. He then goes to the tall store and buys some clothes. Oh, it's time to play some more basketball. Back in the BMW, back to the basketball court. Looks like it's dinner time. Marshall has dinner with the lovely Rosa. Time for the post-dinner basketball game. Marshall then decides to, relax and unwind. He watches the local basketball team on television. It's time to write an article. What should I write about Limited? Then it's time to stream again. Marshall streams until 4 a.m., at which point he eats a banana.
This was too close to home, buddy. That was way too close to home. You almost nailed my day perfectly.
Is it really called the Tall Store?
It's called the Big and Tall Store. And I have actually a funny story about the Big and Tall Store. I did go there once to try to buy a shirt, and they told me that they didn't have anything for me. And I said, but I'm tall. And they said, you're not big enough. And I said, what do you mean I'm not big enough? And they said, no, this is the Big and Tall Store. And I thought they were joking, and they were completely serious. They're like, we start at size whatever, and it goes up from there, and it's all like in long. And they're like, "You're not big enough," and they sent me away, and I did not buy a shirt.
This is one of the most savage brags I've ever heard.
Not really. I didn't buy
I'm
the
incredibly
shirt.
tall, but don't worry, I'm in great shape. I'm not big.
But I'm not. That's the thing. I thought, well, they'll have something, and they're like, "No, get out of here."